So naturally after a direct like that, we have a whole lot of games to talk about. So many games coming now in the second half of this year. It's amazing. But all of the previously announced games for this year have all pretty much come out, except for one, and that is Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, and it's actually coming out, what, like in a week or something. It's the last of the games that were announced last year for this year. And it's funny because I have been kind of waiting for an opportunity to talk about it. You know, because, yeah, here on Top of Carlo, a little more casual, so kind of just like any old trailer for any old game. If I feel like talking about it, I'll do it. But ever since they announced it, I've been kind of like waiting for them to kind of more officially, not like re-reveal it, but like, you know, they always do like the initial announcement, and then later you get these bigger trailers that kind of reveal a little bit more, if there are any new features, literally at all, or even just kind of like a nice overview trailer or something. I have been waiting for that. And have you noticed how, at least in like North America, they have not given us an actual full major trailer for Luigi's Mansion 2 HD? It has not happened. A few weeks ago, they gave trailers to some other territories, like Japan. Got like a 2-3 minute long overview trailer. You're seeing a bunch of that footage here. Because we have just not gotten one. When they gave that to Japan, I was like, oh, I'm like watching Twitter. I'm waiting. Where's ours? Where's our version of that? And they didn't do it. And so after a while, I'm like, okay, I want to talk about Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. I want to look at the new trailers, do a little video about it. But all I've got is the Japanese trailer and like the initial reveal trailer and like little odds and ends that they've posted to Twitter, you know, little things that are just like 10 seconds long. Like that's nothing to really sink my teeth into. So then the direct is coming up and I'm like, okay, that's why they're waiting for the direct. When the direct happens, that's when they will give us the big trailer, the big, maybe not like a massive overview, but like a pretty meaty pre-launch trailer. They're definitely saving it for the direct, or at least around the direct. Then the direct comes, and what do we get? We get another 30-second trailer. And I mean, it sort of makes sense. You know, usually when there's a game that's coming out soon after a direct, they just give you like a little reminder. They know they don't need to advertise it too much in the direct itself. They give you a little reminder. So like that does make sense to just get the little 30-second thing. But at the same time, I still can't help but notice Nintendo's marketing for this game has been very, 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 very minimal. And I think that is because this game has an unusually small amount going for it. Like, the most remarkable thing about Luigi's Mansion 2 HD is how overwhelmingly unremarkable it is. And I think that's very funny, and we kind of suspected that it might be this way when they first revealed it. We're like, okay, but like, is there anything else to it at all? Let's wait, you know, maybe some little tidbits here and there, even just like little bits about, I don't know, quality of life features, any kind of new I mean, we're not expecting a bunch of new content or anything, but there's always like some little teeny tiny thing, even if it's just quality of life, something. And yet there has been nothing. Absolutely nothing. Every trailer for this game has just been, hey, it's the game. It's in HD now. There you go. And it's just funny. I mean, like they put the original game on the 3DS. They added Luigi to it. They added a whole entire co-op mode. They really redid a lot of that game and they added to it. And in this case, for this game, they have just not a single teeny tiny scrap of a thing. This seems to just be Luigi's Mansion 2 up-resed. I mean, like, obviously, if, you know, the graphics are a little better, they're smoothed out, the resolution is higher is the main thing. And they haven't just up-resed it. They haven't just taken the 3DS game, up-resed it, and there you go. Clearly, they've redone some stuff, mainly just the character models. The environments don't necessarily seem to be that much of an improvement. If anything, it mostly just comes down to like the lighting and stuff. I don't know, I haven't done like a side-by-side. I'm sure there are assets in there that have been redone or up-resed or whatever, but for the most part, it's just better character models. You know, you can tell just on Luigi himself, he's just got a much higher polygon count, and he just, you know, he looks nicer. And then the whole thing is running at a higher resolution, you know, fancier lighting engine and stuff. It does not look as good as Luigi's Mansion 3, you know, considering other remakes and remasters that we've gotten for some other games. There's kind of like that part of me where it's like, well, I mean, they maybe could have made it look like Luigi's Mansion 3 if they really wanted to, but I don't know, I get it. I guess that would have been a lot of work or whatever. But I don't know, there's something about the fact that there's just nothing. I feel like almost every Nintendo re-release, even the fairly basic ports, they've got something to them. Something. You know, even like, I would say some of the most basic ports we've gotten of anything recently was Pikmin 1 and 2. Where it was just like, I mean, like there were, I guess even then there were like some tweaks to like some of the content itself, but for the most part it was just higher resolution and modern controls. And maybe it's because this game didn't really need anything. It didn't really need a lot of quality of life upgrades or anything. If Luigi's Mansion 2, aka Dark Moon, has one big problem, the thing that makes it the black sheep of the Luigi's Mansion series, it would be the mission structure. Just the fact that everything is broken up into missions, you can't just freely explore, and it yanks you back to base all the time, and it's really annoying, and it's otherwise a really great game. And I guess I can kind of understand that they didn't want to change that, because that would be, I don't know, like really fundamentally changing the structure of the game. And I guess that's not work that they wanted to do. They really just wanted to give us the same game again. So really, I guess that was really the only thing that could have changed, and since they didn't, it's just like, here you go. Here's the game. But I don't know. I'm still just kind of amazed by how basic it is, and on the one hand, that's fine, because I am often saying, like, you don't need to make it a big deal. You don't need to have all of this marketing and this long marketing cycle, and you know, you don't need to do a whole bunch of work to a game. For the most part, if you just up-res it and give it to us on the current system, that's cool. I'm actually really cool with that. But taking this route of just going super basic, up-res, that is it, but then charging $60 for it, like, that's a little bit harder to take, you know, especially, I think I probably want to do a whole video on this, on just how weird and inconsistent Nintendo's re-releases have been. It's just very, very strange. You know, even just recently, you look at something like Thousand Year Door, completely remade. All of the assets completely redone, looks gorgeous, looks like a modern Paper Mario game. If they created a new Paper Mario game, a brand new one, and it looked like this, we'd be like, yes, this is gorgeous. This is everything Paper Mario should be. It's great. And that's $60. And then over here, you have Luigi's Mansion. No. Go back even further first. Then you have like Metroid Prime, quote unquote, remastered, even though they also remade all of the assets and it looks like a complete remake. It's still using the base code. It's still running on the same, you know, general code. So that's why it's not a complete remake, but they still remade all the assets. It's basically a remake. $40? And now you have Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, where they did very little work. As little work, I think, as possible, as they could have gotten away with, and charging $60 for it. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't want to get too far into the price and whether or not it's worth it right now, but I will say that is a little weird. It is a little strange. Like I said, it is kind of remarkable how unremarkable this release is. It really has nothing going for it, like, at all. This is really just, hey, would you like to play the second Luigi's Mansion game? You know, did you play the original or not? You want to, but you don't have a 3DS. Here it is. Here it is, just it. No bells and whistles, no extra anything. And it's 60, sorry. You don't want to pay 60, you don't buy it. That's that. That's it. It's just a little strange. And it's just funny seeing how the unremarkableness has affected Nintendo's marketing. To the point where here in North America, we have not even gotten a full trailer. There is no trailer that was not just given to us in a quick tweet or attached to a Nintendo Direct. There's no, I mean, like, maybe there will be. Maybe a couple days before launch, we'll get a big launch trailer. But even then, launch trailers aren't even usually that long. They're kind of just like whatever about it. It's clearly not important to Nintendo. This is clearly just a whatever, throw it out there, stopgap, late generation kind of game. And yeah, on the one hand, I kind of get it. And then on the other hand, it is a little disappointing. It's like you couldn't have done just a little bit, just a teensy weensy little bit extra, or just giving it to us for a cheaper price if you weren't going to do the extra. If this was really just going to be a pretty simple upscaling with a couple of tweaks, a couple of graphical tweaks, make Luigi look a little bit better, you couldn't have just charged 40 or 50 or something. I don't know. All that aside, though, it looks good. It looks like Luigi's Mansion 2, but running a lot better. I mean, this is one of the games, you know, I did some top 10 3DS games I want, you know, remasters of. Luigi's Mansion 2 was on the list. It's already a really ridiculously gorgeous game on the 3DS. Does not even make sense that it ran on the 3DS, and it was 60 FPS. I mean, it is magic, pure magic. And I didn't like that it was stuck on the 3DS. I like that we're getting it on Switch. I like that more people are going to get a chance to play it. I can play it with nice, shinier graphics and not staring at this tiny little microscopic, super low-res screen. So that is nice. That is a very nice privilege, a nice opportunity. But it's not really any more than that. It's just a modernization, not even a modernization. It's just a slight modernization of Luigi's Mansion 2. So, I don't know. Still pretty cool, I guess. Even if it is unremarkable. I don't even know, like, am I gonna buy it? Is it even worth, like, doing a review or something? Then I'm just, like, reviewing Luigi's Mansion 2 all of a sudden, and that's a whole thing. Luigi's Mansion, I mean, that's a big old thing, so I don't know. Do I do, like, a impressions video? I really don't know. See, that's the thing. It's so unremarkable, I don't even know how to plan the content I might make for it, but whatever. I guess I'll figure it out.